Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Traci Scheepstra and I am the CEO and one of the founders of Embodied Learnings. I'm delighted to be here with you today to offer something new. This is Embodied Learnings Body Talk. And every Wednesday you can hear us talk about the body on social media. Now, we're not just talking about the body, but the body is the critical piece. So we're talking about why the body must come into the classroom and into the curriculum. One of the ways we do that is through dance education and movement integration. But the main reason that we think the body is so important is because it really helps students with learning and being engaged. It is really good for our mental health and wellness as well when we can get out of our heads and into our bodies. And it really creates thriving classrooms. So if you want to know more about that, you can go to our website at embodiedlearnings.com. You can, of course, read our posts on social media and sign up for our newsletter where we talk so much more about it. And then you get really great free resources that really support this way of teaching. But today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. Today I want to talk to you about trauma. Now you might be asking, what does trauma have to do with embodied learnings? Well, I can tell you that trauma is something that is kept within our body. Trauma is stored in our body. And if there isn't a time where many of us has felt some level of trauma than we have in the last 5 months to do with this pandemic, I don't know when we would feel so much trauma in every other time of our own current history. And it's really important that we talk about trauma as we think about students going back to school this fall. So we have teachers preparing and thinking about social distancing and the ways they're going to keep their students safe and the ways that we're going to support our students in their mental health and wellness. And there's a lot of things that we actually don't know. But what we know is that it's time for us to bring our community back together and to do it in a way that really serves everyone so that we can get our students learning again, so that students have the ability to connect with their friends and have some sense of normalcy, whatever that is. So in thinking about trauma, what I really wanted to present you with today is how can you think about bringing your students back together in a way where we really build community, where we're not focused on the fear, we're not focused on the things that could go wrong, but we're really thinking about what is possible. And I think that's really important. And we might have to teach differently. We might have to use our space differently, and maybe not even the indoor space, but spend a lot of time outdoors in our outdoor space as well. Those are really important things to think about as we move forward into this really uncharted territory. So as you think about the fall, just know that you're bringing together a whole group of people that have been apart for a really long time, that have had very different experiences. Some who maybe have fared well and others who may not have fared well at all. And what is it going to be like to bring everybody back together under the same roof, within the same space, and to somehow find a rhythm that we can work with together, where we can feel some fun, we can feel connection, we can communicate in new ways, even if we have to wear a mask all day, where we can still feel that we are, a part of a really warm, loving community, even if we have to keep our social distance. It's a lot to think about, I know. And it's really hard when you can't put all the pieces together. And I can tell you that I'm working through the same thing. So I teach at Western University, which is a university in Ontario, Canada. And I'm teaching online, and I'm teaching a dance and drama course. And I've never had to teach this subject online. And I'm really thinking a lot about how do I build connection with my students? How do they get to know me? And how do we still have fun and stay in the place of creativity and, really communicate with each other effectively and, just really keep the learning alive. And really that's the message today. So just as a brief summary, we know that we've gone through a lot and we know that there's a lot coming that we don't know. But we can still think about the ways in which we can really have fun. And the more that we get our students into our bodies and get us out of our heads, the more that we actually have the opportunity to heal any trauma that we have taken on, the more that we can address it and we can release it. and we can move into a new space. And things may always look a little bit differently, but like anything, humans are resilient, and we have the ability to adapt and to change and to create something new that could be really wonderful. So I just wanted to bring that to you today. I look forward to any comments that you might have to offer. And next week on Wednesday, we'll have a special guest, and we'll be talking a little bit more about actually some things that you can do in the classroom when we think around sort of this idea of mental health and wellness and really bringing our communities back together. So thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, bye-bye.